Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Dangerous heat wave intensifies over the Midwest. Severe thunderstorms and isolated flash flooding are possible for the northern plains and upper Midwest today into the Great Lakes tomorrow. Daily monsoonal thunderstorms continue across the Four Corners region, shifting eastward into the southern Rockies and High Plains. And Hurricane One gradually moves away from Hawaii with gusty winds, high surf, and heavy rainfall tapering off. Closer to home, isolated to scattered thunderstorms are expected daily with rain chances highest west of the Rio Grande. Temperatures will remain a few degrees above average, although not as hot as it's been. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo Police Department is asking business owners and residents to look at their surveillance video from August 15th. Details are limited, but they say they're looking for a male who may have been walking eastbound in the area between 5th and 10th Street and North Florida to Washington between 7 a.m. and noon. Police are investigating a homicide that happened that day. Anyone with information, please contact the police. The village of Tularosa is having a special meeting today at 4. The agenda has been posted on villageoftularosa.com. The Alamogordo Chess Club weekly meetings are at Plateau Espresso today and every Monday from 4 until 7. It's casual chess, so pair up with whomever's available. No membership requirements or fees. Simply show up with a board, set it up, and play. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting is happening tomorrow at 6:30. A couple of items of new business. Consider an act upon declaring 1409 Crescent Drive no longer so ruined, damaged, and dilapidated that it's a menace to public health, comfort, peace, or safety. And consider an act upon the final plate for the Fairgrounds subdivision. And then they'll recess into executive closed session in order to discuss real property acquisition of the Mountain Park Trout Farm. The White Sands Missile Range announced that the Trinity Site open house event is transitioning to an annual schedule and will now only be open to the public on the third Saturday of October every year. The access to the site is at Stallion Gate off Highway 380. The event will begin at 8 a.m. and the gate will close at 2. The event itself ends at 3:30. And White Sands Missile Range says the next open house will be on October 19th. The Trinity Site is where the world's first atomic bomb was detonated July 16th of 1945. It led to nuclear warfare, poisoning, and cancer for many New Mexicans. And there's an obelisk erected on the spot commemorating mankind's greatest folly. Please be advised that beginning in September, a lane closure and traffic control plan will go into effect on 10th in New York. The first project will begin around downtown Main Street, 8th to 10th on New York. The first project will consist of utility work, including sewer and main water line replacement. This is going to be the first of many projects to improve the water and sewer lines throughout Alamogordo. Another project will immediately follow, known as the Great Blocks Project. This project will have a completely different traffic control plan. An announcement will be made to notify residents and to ensure everyone's safety when the time comes. A big rummage sale is coming up next week in Chaparral. We heard from our good friend, Robert Gable.
Blended Nation Fellowship Church, we're having our big rummage sale. By donation, we're going to be doing a fundraiser. So we're asking if people would please bring over any items that they want to donate to the church for selling.
So those donations can be donated on September 6th and 7th only. Please no closed donations. The event's happening on Friday and Saturday, September 6th and 7th, from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. at Blended Nation Fellowship Church, 498 McCombs Road in Chaparral. Today's Monday. It's time for a pup date from Animal Village.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. And as always, I am so grateful to KALH and Anthony for allowing us to talk to you once a week for 3 minutes with our pup date. And this is this week's pup date from Animal Village NM. I've had the best morning, walked with my dogs at the park, and hung out by some wild horses for a few minutes. Absolutely beautiful. And yesterday we hung out with a couple of elk, and they were eating apples, and we were just watching them and enjoying. And we were using wolf tracks, Walk for a Dog. And I would love to invite you to join us on our walks with your walks. You don't have to have a dog. If you do, of course, it's more fun for you. But anytime you take a walk, if you would choose Animal Village NM as your cause for pause and hit the little button on your phone and walk while using wooftrack.com, we would be getting little donations for that. So you just with your healthy walks with your dogs or without your dogs, while you're increasing your health, you can help local animals in your community just by doing that. Not only that, it puts you into a GPS mode. So if anything, God forbid, happens, first responders would be able to find you immediately because you would be tracked with the GPS. So it's a health feature all the way around, and you can help animals in your local community. Just join wooftrack.com. It's totally free, and we will be helped to help you. And speaking about helping you and your community, we are so excited. We are having a board meeting this evening, and we'll be announcing the details tomorrow about when and where. It's going to be September 16th, and we are going to sign up 10 people to receive free spay-neuter surgeries for their pets in Otero County. We don't know where yet, and we don't know when, but we're going to figure that out tonight and announce the details tomorrow. So watch our Facebook page. It's very important tomorrow because you could save, $500, $600, $300, $400, whatever, depending on the size of your pet. So that's what we do. Low income, spay neuter. All you need is an EBT card or some other proof of a low income status, and we'll be able to help the first 10 people who come. This is Animal Village NM. You can help us do much, much more by donating. Become a monthly sponsor in any amount. It's always more than we have now at animalvillagenm.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Border Patrol agents working in the Las Cruces area located and rescued 15 illegal migrants from a stash house. The Border Patrol's anti-smuggling unit worked with New Mexico State Police and the Donna Ana County Sheriff's Office during this operation. So far in fiscal year 2024, 244 stash houses have been found with 2,400 apprehensions in the El Paso sector. That includes all of New Mexico. El Paso police arrested 32-year-old David Allen Leonard, a shoplifting suspect who they believe may be working with an organized retail theft syndicate. Following a month-long investigation, Leonard was identified as a suspect in a series of thefts where a masked man would enter a store multiple times a day to shoplift. The investigation was done with the help of the Retail Asset Protection Partners and the Las Cruces Police Department's Community Outreach Unit. Deputies found a 5-year-old girl dead with her parents in March near Silver City. 2 months following her death, a toxicology report showed a high percentage of carbon monoxide. The 7-year-old son who survived this incident also tested positive for meth. Both of those parents are now facing child abuse resulting in death charges. So far, so good, right? Well, the grandmother is outraged that the New Mexico Children, Youth, and Families Department want to return the 7-year-old boy to his parents, the same ones who are currently facing felony charges for the death of their daughter.
Anybody else that's involved and interested in this child's welfare would be concerned about reuniting him with parents that were so extremely neglectful.
That's the grandmother's attorney, Jonathan Diener, speaking with KRQE. She was taking care of the boy, but here's what happened next.
The department pulls him and puts him with a stranger. I mean, she's upset.
That's right. The grandmother shared her concerns about CYFD reunifying the boy with his parents, and, in what appears to be retaliation, they took the boy away from grandma and placed him with an unrelated foster family. In a letter from CYFD to the grandmother, they say the state removed her grandson because she was not supportive of the court's plan of reunification, and it was affecting the best interest of the child.
And I did talk to the child's therapist, who that was her, her attitude was it was a huge mistake to take the child away from the grandmother, given that he has already been through so many traumas.
His parents face court cases to see if they are criminally responsible for the death of his sister. So what happens if he goes back and the parents are found guilty?
Well, it seems to me that if CYFD has their way, this child won't be with his grandmother. And that's the unfortunate sort of weird, tragic thing that's going on right now.
CYFD refuses to comment on this. The grandmother was in court this past Thursday, but a judge ruled against returning the boy to her. Over half of New Mexicans feel less safe in the state than they did 5 years ago. That's according to an Emerson College The Hill poll, which was published this past Friday. The poll shows New Mexicans are most concerned with the economy and crime, but also on New Mexicans' minds, politics. Gabe Sanchez follows national trends and spoke to KRQE about the District 2 race.
Congressional District 2 here in New Mexico is not just important to us, but this is one of the top most watched races nationally, and is projected to be razor thin, as it has been like the last 3 or 4 election cycles.
That race shows U.S. Representative Gabe Vasquez currently leading challenger Yvette Harrell by 10%, with 9% undecided. U.S. Senator Martin Heinrich leads with a 12% lead over challenger Nella Domenici. And when asked how New Mexicans feel about the job Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is doing, 49% disapprove. This past Saturday near Farmington, the 4 400-foot-tall smokestacks were demolished, which marks the end of the San Juan generating system, a major source of power and employment since 1973, until it was permanently retired in 2022. Advocates such as Eleanor Smith, a community organizer for Tonenzoniani, has long criticized the plant because of the amount of pollution that was produced. She spoke with KRQE.
I guess it would be bittersweet because, there's a loss of jobs, of course, and the loss of that economic development for our area. However, the flip side, the sweet side, is that we get to transition. We no longer are seeing that haze that we've seen for decades.
Smith says she hopes the region will move forward towards cleaner energy options. I personally hope that those who are pink-slipped can, find work. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
In volleyball today, Loving heads to Lake Arthur. No football until Thursday. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies with a 50% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected, winds gusting up to 13 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch expected. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow with a 60% chance of showers and storms. New precipitation amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected, winds gusting up to 12 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 89. Low tonight of 66. High tomorrow, 87 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies today with a 70% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Winds gusting up to 14 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with a 40% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch. Winds gusting up to 12. Partly sunny tomorrow with a 70% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts up to 1/4 of an inch. Winds gusting up to 14. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 67. Low tonight of 49. High tomorrow, 65 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.